Cern. Most of us have no idea what Cern is or what it's all about. And today, I want to show you Cern in a biblical form and what they're doing and the havoc that is causing on the earth.
If you suffer from digestive issues, constipation, weight gain,
with all these shenanigans, clones on the news repeating the same rhetoric. COVID this, COVID that, get the facts, wear your mask. Put all of your trust in these devils and disregard the facts. Anybody who speak against it, they shut them down. That's how it be when you putting the truth out. This ain't about no damn virus, this is all about control. If people open their eyes, they can see what's going on. Look, the shots don't work, people still dropping dead. Bill Gates is a devil, ain't no denying that. What about the lockdown? Oh, they bringing them back, but this time around it's going down. Believe that. Like me, just follow my lead. Tell the government we don't want your damn vaccine. They can keep all that poison. Bam, if you can, try your best to avoid it. It's more than they poison. Get it on, 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 get it on.
Hey, be a rebel like me. Tell the government we don't need your vaccine. Ooh. Trying to alter my genes, but they don't understand my vision clear as rising. That's the mark of the beast. Will you not be deceived? They in the hood trying to force all the blacks to receive like the ski. We ain't falling for another needle, especially understanding we the people believe it. I know a girl who messed around and got the badge on. Now she trembling non-stop, she down bad on. You know you can't get in the kingdom with that stamp on. I'm for sure willing to die, that ain't cap on. Like me, just follow my lead. Tell the government we don't want your damn vaccine. They can keep all that poison. Bam, if you can, try your best to avoid it. It's more than they poison. Get it on, 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 get it on. You a rebel like me, just follow my lead. Tell the government we don't want your damn vaccine. They can keep all that poison. Bam, if you can, try your best to avoid it. It's more than they poison. Get it on, 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 get it on.
Okay, let's go to Isaiah 14. Isaiah 14, 12 through 14. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? For thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Now, how is this possible? How is Lucifer able to go to the north? Who is he using, and how is he using the system to get back into the heavens? I want to show you a video that scientists are using and what they have done to try and get Lucifer back into the heavens. Pay attention to this video, to what scientists are doing.
Hidden magnetic portals around Earth. Presented by Science at NASA.
Now understand, portals are a way that the angels are able to come and go back and forth from Earth to the heavens. The angels report every sundown. Now they're the only ones that know how to get through the portals. But check this out.
A favorite theme of science fiction is the portal, an extraordinary opening in space or time that connects travelers to distant realms. A good portal is a shortcut, a guide, a door into the unknown, if only they actually existed. It turns out that they do, sort of. And a NASA-funded researcher at the University of Iowa has figured out how to find them. We call them X-points, or electron diffusion regions, explains plasma physicist Jack Scudder of the University of Iowa. They're places where the magnetic field of Earth connects to the magnetic field of the Sun, creating an uninterrupted path leading from our own planet to the Sun's atmosphere 93 million miles away. Observations by NASA's Themis spacecraft and Europe's cluster probes suggest that these magnetic portals open and close dozens of times each day. They're typically located a few tens of thousands of kilometers from Earth, where the geomagnetic field meets the onrushing solar wind. Most portals are small and short-lived. Others are yawning, vast, and sustained. Energetic particles can flow through the openings, heating Earth's upper atmosphere, sparking geomagnetic storms, and igniting bright polar auroras. NASA is planning a mission called MMS, short for Magnetospheric Multiscale Mission, due to launch in...
Remember now, he said NASA. NASA. What they tell us about NASA is not what you think it is. They have not gone to no moon, never been to no doggone moon, and they're not going to no Mars.
In 2014, to study the phenomenon. Bristling with energetic particle detectors and magnetic sensors, the 4 spacecraft of MMS will spread out in Earth's magnetosphere and surround the portals to observe how they work. Just one problem: finding them. Magnetic portals are invisible, unstable, and elusive. They open and close without warning, and there are no signposts to guide us in, notes Scudder. Actually, there are signposts, and Scudder has found them. Portals form via the process of magnetic reconnection. Mingling lines of magnetic force from the Sun and Earth crisscross and join to create the openings. X-points are where the crisscross takes place. The sudden joining of magnetic fields can propel jets of charged particles from the X-point, creating an electron diffusion region. To learn how to pinpoint these events, Scudder looked at data from a space probe that orbited Earth more than 10 years ago. In the late 1990s, NASA's Polar spacecraft spent years in Earth's magnetosphere, explains Scudder, and it encountered many X-points during its mission. Because Polar carried sensors similar to those of MMS, Scudder decided to see how an X-point looked to Polar. Using Polar data, we have found 5 simple combinations of magnetic field and energetic particle measurements that tell us when we've come across an X-point or an electron diffusion region. A single spacecraft, properly instrumented, can make these measurements. This means that a single member of the MMS constellation using the diagnostics can find a portal and alert other members of the constellation. Mission planners long thought that MMS might have to spend a year or so learning to find portals before it could study them. Scudder's work shortcuts the process, allowing MMS to get to work.
This is Earth. This is the North. What did Lucifer say? I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. There it is, right there. That's where he's trying to go.
Work without delay. It's a shortcut worthy of the best portals of fiction. Only this time, the portals are real. And with the new signposts, we know how to find them. For a portal to more NASA science news, visit science.nasa.gov.
Update. That was 2014. Now let's bring it up to 2023 and let's see how far they've gotten. Then I'm going to show you who Lucifer is using. Oh, tight, I lost it. God. Cern scientist. Okay, see. Okay. This one. Now, before I get to that, I found it. Before I get to that, let's go to Revelation 12, 1 through 8. Revelation 12, 1 through 8. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars. 12 stars represent the 12 tribes of Israel. And she, being with child, cried, travailing in birth and pain to be delivered. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon having 7 heads and 10 horns. 7 heads are the 7 mountains that surrounds Rome. 10 horns is the EU. The EU, the nations of Europe. And 7 crowns upon his head. These are the people that Lucifer is using to get to the sides of the north. And his tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven and did cast them to the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to be delivered. Now we know the woman was Mary, who would eventually give birth to the Messiah, which will eventually come down to Esau and Jacob, which would give birth to the 12 tribes of Israel, We are the ones that's to judge them for the evilness that they done. That's why the red dragon came down and tried to stop the birth. Tried to stop the birth, the awakening, which is what we're going through now, and stop the 12 tribes of Israel, because we would be the ones to wake up the rest of the Israelites. We are to judge them because the end is coming. And she brought forth a man child who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron, and her child was caught up unto God and to his throne. And the woman fled into the wilderness, where she had a place prepared of God, that they should feed her there 1,260 days. And there was a war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels, and prevailed not. Neither was their place found any more in heaven. So Lucifer couldn't go back into the heavens. This is why he's trying to get back there to overthrow the Most High. Okay, now listen to this. This is your update.
The European Organization for Nuclear Research, or Cern.
Remember now, he said European Organization. That's the 10 horns, the EU.
As it's better known, have discovered a way to open up an interdimensional portal. Cern's scientific discoveries are yet again turning everything we thought we knew about the universe on its head, changing the fields of physics and astronomy as we know it.
We just had collisions at an unprecedented energy, 13.6 tera electron volt, and this opens a new era of exploration at CERN.
This time, the discovery has been made by a team of physicists and technologists working on the Large Hadron Collider, the world's most powerful particle accelerator. In today's video, we'll be taking a deep dive into the secretive intergovernmental organization and how they, in theory, were able to open up a portal into another dimension.
Now, at one time, they were told not to do this. The governments of other countries was told CERN not to do what they're doing to try and open a portal.
One of the biggest scientific experiments ever conducted, bringing together over 10,000 scientists from 85 different countries, the LHC measures over 27 kilometers in circumference and stretches beneath the Swiss-French border. Weighing over 7,000 tons, the LHC is so powerful that scientists were able to create the conditions that occurred 1/billionth of a second after the universe began.
The goal of the Large Hadron Collider with heavy ions, and namely the ALICE experiment in particular, is to recreate conditions that existed some 10 microseconds after the Big Bang, when all of the matter in the universe was in the form of very hot soup of quarks and gluons.
They've been conducting experiments with the LHC since 2008, where they recreated the Big Bang. However, in July 2022, they attempted their biggest experiment to date. Officially, the experiment was supposed to learn more about Higgs boson and how particles interact with each other. But rumors have abounded that they were attempting to open a portal to an alternate universe.
Projected LHC in beam 1 and beam 2,
Start power
3
group
bunches, 3 nominal bunches, up to 10 to the 11 protons per
Start
bunch.
power group
These bunches will be set up for injection
1235.
and getting ready for ramp.
On the fateful day of the experiment, CERN's control room was flooded with reports from scientists all around the world that something had gone wrong. It said that when the experiment was over, a strange energy had been released that couldn't be explained. Now, this energy has come to be known as the portal incident. For over 14 hours during the experiment, the Earth's crucial geomagnetic field that protects us from the sun's radiation was weakened. Solar wind was able to pass through a massive gap that had been torn open by Cern's experiment, causing a massive fluctuation in the global electrical grid. The world.
Now, what they're doing, they're going inside the Earth core. Now, this was 2022. This is what causes floods, train derailments, hurricanes, people acting crazy, wildfires. They're trying to go into the core, opening a portal. Now, when you go into the core like that, trying to open up a portal, let's go to Jubilees. I'm going to show you what they released. That's why they say something went wrong. It sure did. It sure did. This is the book of Jubilees. Right? Chapter 10, 1 through 9. And in the third week of this Jubilee, the evil demons began to lead astray the sons of Noah and deceived them and destroyed them. And the sons came to Noah, their father, and told him concerning the demons, which were leading astray, darkening, and slaying the sons of their sons. And he prayed before the Lord his God, and he said, Lord of the spirits of all flesh, thou who hast shown mercy to me, and hast delivered me and my children from the waters of the deluge, and hast not suffered me to be destroyed, as thou didst the children of destruction. For thy grace was great over men, and great was thy mercy over my soul. May thy grace be exalted over the sons of thy sons, and may the evil spirits not rule over them to destroy them off the earth. And thou hast verily blessed me and my sons, that we increase and multiply and fill the earth. And thou knowest how the watchmen, the fathers of these spirits, acted in my day. And these spirits also which are alive, cast them into prison and hold them in places of judgment. So the Most High put these demons in prison. The prison was in the earth core. It's called Hades, and gave them a god called Hades. That's why the place is called Hades. That demons, the god over Hades is called Hades, right? You know it better. We call it hell, but it's called Hades. That's why the Most High said he's the God of the living and not the dead. And let them not destroy the sons of thy servant, my God, for they are terrible and created for destroying. And may they not rule over the spirits of the living, for thou alone knowest their judgment. And let them have no sway over the children of the righteous from now on and to eternity. And our God said unto us that we should bind all. And the angel of the spirits, Mastema, came and said, O Lord Creator, leave some of them before me, and they shall hear my voice, and they shall do all things that I tell them. For if thou dost not leave any of them to me, I shall not be able to accomplish the power of my will among the children of men, for they are here for corrupting and destroying and leading astray before the judgment. For great is their wickedness to the children of men. And he said, the 10th part of them shall be left before him, and 9 parts shall descend into the place of judgment. And one said unto us, we will teach Noah all their medicines, for they did not walk in righteousness and did not contend to uprightness. So when they went into the core, this place where they were held were open. Also, fracking does the same thing.
Worldwide LHC computing grid was impacted, which provides data storage for over 500,000 CPUs in 200 computer centers globally. The Earth's geomagnetic field is crucial to supporting life on Earth, as it protects us from solar radiation, cosmic radiation, and other space-borne threats. And while the incident was short-lived and the world's electrical grid returned to normal within a few hours, no one can be sure as to what happened during that time. It's no coincidence that an event like this has never been recorded in the entirety of human history until Cern's experiment.
When you're talking about the Large Hadron Collider and physics experiments at this level, the key word is energy. What they're trying to do there is mimic, approach the energies that happened at the beginning of the Big Bang. When all the energy that was released, some of it stayed energy, a lot of it turned into matter.
Now we know there was no
so
such
if
thing
you
as
want
no
to
Big Bang.
understand the nature of that matter, you need to pull it apart and have a good look at it. And you do that by banging particles into each other that smash into their constituent particles, elements, even smaller and smaller and smaller subatomic elements. And you need huge energies to do that. Current theories that are emerging are numerous. Some of them are pretty ridiculous, but many of them actually have scientific weight behind them. Quantum physicist Max Laughlin, a 17-year-old genius known as the smartest kid in the world right now, believes that Cern destroyed the universe when they conducted their experiment.
Federal agencies urge every family to have an emergency
exerted during Cern's experiments shifted particles between dimensions, creating what he calls an infinite loop that plucked us out of our current timeline and placed us onto an alternate timeline. His justification for this is the finding of 3 new subatomic particles found in the debris that had not been discovered by any other experiment before. Other scientists believe that Cern may have accidentally opened a portal to an alternate universe, allowing...
Pay attention now, accidentally open a portal. I don't think that was by accident.
Beings or substances from another dimension to pass through into ours. The demons are one explanation, with some saying that Cern opened a portal to hell with the Large Hadron Collider. Many have drawn similarities with the Book of Revelations 9:2, which speaks of a bottomless pit that angels who have sinned are cast into. Theorists believe that the mysterious energy released during the experiment is from this bottomless pit. Many have begun to associate the Large Hadron Collider's 7.2-kilometer circular structure with the ring of the pit. This ties closely with theories from within Cern attempting to open portals for demons to enter our world via the collider.
And this phase of...
That's what I just read to you out of the Book of Jubilees.
Prepare ramp will be setting up all the systems in the LHC, from the radio frequency cavities to the magnets, the collimators. All these systems will be getting ready, synchronized, to start a ramp period together in 1,200 seconds. This ramp period of 20 minutes will be increasing the energy of the beam gradually up to a record energy that have never been achieved before in any particle accelerator, up to 6.8 tera electron volts.
Many fear that the July 7th incident was them succeeding, and that the bottomless pit will open to punish the sins of those who have toyed with powers beyond their understanding. We know that Cern's experiment disrupted the Earth's magnetic field and found more new particles that can be used to transfer matter and potentially open up new interdimensional portals. Whether they were successful in their attempt or not is still unknown. We may never know what happened on that day, and indeed whether Cern did succeed in opening a portal to another world. The organization has remained incredibly tight-lipped on what actually happened and what experiments they're performing, further fueling the theories that they have indeed opened a portal to another world.
So now you know what CERN is all about. I just wanted to explain that right quick, make a quick video, because a lot of us probably never even heard of CERN. And those that did, I'm just explaining biblically what CERN has done. Now, personally, I think they're doing this on purpose. I really think they're doing this on purpose. And they've opened a place where the Most High told Noah that he would lock up the demons after the flood and only leave 10%. So I just wanted quickly to show you, or to give you something to think about on this. I wanted to make this short. So I'm not going to be long. I'll see you guys on the next video.